Hello.
Good morning.
Here we are again. We were out till about 1:30 last night and got up the crack of dawn, butt crack of dawn.
It's only 6.
How are you feeling,
A
Kimberly?
little tired. Ready to find some snakes.
We're a little tired, and we're doing this for science, for you guys, really. So let's go. Snakes are going to be small in the desert and can stay hidden under the sand or under plants. Well, those bigger snakes, those gopher snakes, etc., will need to find larger spots. This is perfect snake habitat. Lots of places in the rock, lots of cracks to stay hidden.
Get them out. So, I've got chuckwalla wedged down in here.
Doing what chuckwallas do.
Yeah, so they're rock dwellers, as you could see. And their defense mechanism, they have really good eyesight, but when you get close to them, they'll crawl in a crack and they puff up and wedge themselves down in cracks. So I'm I'm holding onto his legs. I'm hoping that he'll take a breath, and then I can pull him out to show you guys.
Well, what do we have here, Chris?
That's a chuckwalla.
Chuckwalla, hanging out in this perfect habitat. We were fooled a minute ago with a chuckwalla who was huffing up, and we were not able to de-wedge from the rock crevices. But this one actually wasn't too tough. Beautiful lizard. This is probably the largest lizard around here, except maybe Gila monsters. Does make it up this far?
Not this far. We don't get Gila monsters this part of California.
Okay.
So this is and we do get Gilas in California. It's very rare, but this would be the
largest
largest common, easy to find
So usually
lizard.
they don't have too much to worry about. They're a lizard that does really well with intense heat for sure, and so he's nice and dark right now, trying to absorb as much sunlight as he possibly can. But they're beautiful. They have these speckles.
Yeah, so this, as he warms up, this color on his back will be more pinkish red, and the tail will actually become more yellow. And this is a younger individual because it still has faint banding on the tail. As young chuckwallas, they have a banded tail. So he's not full grown yet. Actually, they will get bigger than this.
Gonna bite me, buddy?
But it is a male. We can flip it over and show you how we know it's a boy. They have these, just like iguanas and bearded dragons, they have these pores along the insides of their thighs.
Femoral pores?
Yeah, and they're very well developed in the males. He also has some swelling down here in his tail. You can see that orange coloration in his ventral surface there.
Get a close-up of the belly here with the pores.
So these guys are very well adapted to desert life. Obviously, they're scaled like all reptiles. Their claws are very well developed as well. They're actually pretty hooked, short and hooked. And then if you look at their nose, a lot of times you get salt deposits because of the diet they have. These guys are actually vegetarian, and there's a lot of salts in the plants that they eat, so they'll excrete that salt through their nose.
Pretty much blow their nose and shoot it everywhere, right?
Yeah. Yeah, really cool. Very specialized scales. Obviously the scales here can fold over the ears to prevent dirt and debris from getting in the ears. Just a really neat lizard.
Very warm right now already too. He was taking advantage of the sun already. So, well, let's put him back and see what he does. All right, here we go. All right, we'll put him right here.
My guess is he's going to sit there for a second and then he'll just bolt.
Or just bolt.
There he goes. See,
there he goes.
Those claws, as we said, very adapted. They hold onto the rocks really well. So,
very cool.
Find some more stuff.
Nice.
This is the yellowback spiny, or Scoloporus uniformis. This is a younger individual They do get a little bigger, but he's also heavily patterned. They're kind of banded as individuals, like we talked about the chuckwallas. Kind of helps them camouflage a little bit better. But a really neat species. We're probably not going to be able to get this guy in hand. They're really fast, and he knows we're watching him, so.
See if Chris can catch this leopard lizard.
Damn, he's fast.
There's a. That was hilarious.
Oh
like a
man,
cat
like
with-
grease lightning.
What
man.
happened, Chris?
Well,
You can't win them all.
I can't. Oh well. Hey, we got him.
Collared lizard.
We got it. Yeah, we snuck up and were able
Amazing.
to pick him
Today
up.
is definitely a very successful lizard day, that's for sure. And we were hunting this guy for a little while, very fast, but chose the wrong rock and then tried to bite you.
Don't want to get bit. These guys have a
Huffed
good
little bit.
bite.
Yeah, in my experience, lizard bites are often worse than snake bites. They have some pretty gnarly teeth sometimes.
Well, and these guys eat other lizards, so you have to just kind of be careful. This is a small
Beautiful
adult
male.
male. You can see he's got really pretty
breeding
colors
colorations,
going on.
yeah, definitely.
Their tail, it's hard to see, I'm sure in the film, their tail is compressed laterally. And these guys can actually, if they want to, run on their back legs and use that tail for balance. They're actually really, really fast. Almost like an apex reptile out here.
Have that throat that they can expand to kind of intimidate and impress, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes do. But they will do the push-ups, the whole lizard thing, trying to maintain their dominance, their territory. And really pretty lizard. I've actually never gotten this close to this particular species. So
This
it's,
is probably my favorite desert lizard.
very,
They're just
cool.
really neat.
Well, we've been searching for a while, and we finally found one of my favorite lizards. And I understand you like them too.
Oh, I
Kimberly.
love them.
Yeah. So what do we have here?
This is a desert horned lizard. Some people call them horny toads.
Horny
or horned
toads.
But they are certainly not a toad. They are a lizard.
No, definitely a toad shape. Look at their
But you can definitely see the little horns on his
kind of
head.
a
And
crown of horns that would definitely defend against possible predation. Horns pretty much around the whole body. And similar to a sidewinder, you're going to see these guys kind of bury themselves most of the day. They feed primarily on ants. So it's
Yeah.
kind of unique. Not many things in the wild eat ants. They're really acidic. But these guys love ants. It's definitely the primary food source for these guys. So one thing you're probably noticing is the colorations of a lot of these desert animals overlap. And that's because a lot of the reptiles adapted in this particular area. So there's different substrates, different gravel and sand combinations. And so you're going to get different colorations depending on the regions where you find these lizards. And this is a perfect example of that too. It matches amazingly well with the environment. Really can't see him very well. This one was actually lifting his head up, and Chris spotted him from the road. We're doing some road cruising today. And little cute lizard that's very unique. Not a whole lot of lizards look like this, so horned lizards are very special. Some species of this lizard, as a defense mechanism, can actually shoot blood out of their eyes. Not this particular one, but it is a pretty intense, dramatic form of predator evasion,
yeah,
right?
if I was a predator, I
You'd get a
wouldn't.
little bit confused.
Yeah.
Well, we were about to throw in the towel. We were doing some, you can hear some traffic maybe. They're honking as they pass. Just about to call it quits, go to the motel. It's about 11:30 at night on our last day of snake searching, some herping. And we found a rosy boa, which is an amazing snake. One that we are both hoping to find. This is one of only 2 species of boa in the United States, so they're very special. A snake that isn't very fast. It was actually sitting right in the middle of the road, and I went right over it.
Yeah, you straddled it.
And then there was a car behind us that must have done the same or avoided it somehow. And then we turned around quickly and safely as possible. And then Chris was dodging. It was like Frogger out here, dodging cars. And then here we go, a beautiful, probably a young male. The females do get quite a bit bigger than this one. I mean, these guys are commonly kept pets because of this, docility, because of their
Because they're placid.
Yeah, placid, flaccid. But beautiful name for that rosy belly. Sometimes they have a kind of a rosy colored belly. This one doesn't look like it does so much. But yeah, what I was going to say is that they are slow moving snakes, so definitely not a snake that's going to really be actively pursuing the prey. They're mostly sit and wait snakes, but when they do grab the food, they're going to be constricting it like pretty much every boa out there. Really pretty snakes though, that have those stripes all the way down, and very cool find indeed. You have anything to say, Chris? This is a big day, big night.
This makes up for it.
Let me hold this guy. Wow. Oh, beautiful snake.